that first kind of quick turnaround to the Thursday game in the NFL? What's the system?
Yeah, it's been a little crazy. We've had some crazy weeks here in the last few weeks of short weeks and Monday night games and stuff like that. But obviously everything's accelerated. So trying to just fit as much as you can into each day.
Coach Pierce yesterday, I asked him about getting the ball down the field, going vertical, and he talked about it's something he talks about, he wants. What does this have to do? Does it need to be called more? Do you have to see it more? What has to go into the Raiders being able to attack down the field?
Yeah, it's a good question. I think it definitely is a combination of things. I think, when there's opportunities, and sometimes we don't get a lot during the game, teams have played a lot of too high against us and tried to limit our opportunities on the field because they know we have good skill players. And so it's just trying to be patient, take them when they come, but also be smart with it. It's not unique to us, but we're trying to find the balance of being aggressive and being smart.
Aidan, what do you feel like you've improved on since the first time you played the Chargers, your first career start?
Yeah, I think, every game I'm learning more and more about the NFL, about what it takes to, play well on any given day, any given drive, any play, and really just trying to learn how important, as I've talked about before, how important each play is. And so I think my intensity to detail on each play has gotten better. I still have a long way to go, obviously, but trying to just execute play by play better.
Just thoughts on going up against Khalil Mack again, and what makes him so difficult, to slow down?
Yeah, obviously he's been doing it for a long time. Really great player. They have great players, throughout the entire field. So it's going to be a great challenge for us. We're going to have to play really well, do our job well, and it's my responsibility to make sure we can, move the ball down the field as an offense.
And when the team's struggling, lost 3 in a row, what do you do to stay centered? What do you do to just kind of continue to grow but keep peace in your heart and just keep moving along?
Yeah, I think, try to keep football in perspective, I think is a big thing. I'm a guy who's going to work as hard as possible. I try to get here early and stay late and try to do everything in my power to make sure football is, a high priority in my life. But, I think something that helps me perspective is just, relying on my faith and try to, make sure it doesn't become the end of the world. I think when you make football sometimes too much, you can get bogged down by it, but rather just, being able to work as hard as you can to the end of the day, still having joy with it.
So Andre went down in the game. He's still nursing an injury. What changes? What are the adjustments when you have someone different snapping you the ball?
Yeah, Andre is obviously a great player for us, a great leader. He's been our center the entire year and has done a great job, and so it'll be an adjustment given his status, and we'll see what happens. And we're super confident in the rest of the guys. We get reps with other guys throughout the week, and they prepare for stuff like this. So we're not the only team obviously going through injuries and stuff like that. It happens.
Okay.
Thank you, guys.
Yep. Davante, as the window does kind of close for team success and postseason, what keeps you motivated to go out and perform to your best?
Well, the opportunity to still have our opportunity. It's not that window is not closed yet. But yes, we playing for our pride, for our name, on the back, the front, and all that. So it's a lot still to play for.
We didn't get a chance to talk to you after Sunday's game. Could you have even seen something like that coming at all from an offensive standpoint?
Nah. Can't say I saw that coming. Yeah, it's not. You want to be a part of history, but never that type. So no, I did not see us doing that.
Anything that you could put your finger on kind of how it snowballed that way for the offense?
I don't know, man. It's just we couldn't really get a rhythm. Couldn't establish really anything in the game. Once we did, we obviously turned the ball over, and we just didn't make it easy on ourselves. So that's what you're going to get if you can't convert. Third down. If you can't have explosive plays, it's gonna look like that.
I asked AP yesterday about getting the ball down the field, attacking down the field, and he said he talks about it every week. He's going to continue. It's what he wants. And I just asked Aidan, is it not getting called or not being executed? He says it's both. How critical for this team is that Davante getting the ball, attacking down the field?
Well, it's critical for most teams, I think, in this league. These defenses are smart. It's a lot of defensive gurus out there do a lot of different things, exotic coverages, repeating things if you have trouble with it. So I think that's what we dealt with a lot this past game, not being able to figure it out. So they just continue to do things, variations of what was stopping us. So obviously we got to call more and we got to throw more. We got to just give more opportunities, and the receivers got to go and make it worthwhile. So we all in it together. Obviously it's got to start with the call, and then we got to find a way to execute the play.
When you have a game like you guys did Sunday, is it good to have a game on Thursday right away to get back on the field and get that taste out of your mouth?
Yeah, honestly, personally, I'm excited to play. It works better if the team is healthy. You come out of that game good. You want to have opportunity to, make it, kind of iron out some of those wrinkles and just get that bad taste out of your mouth, like you said. So for me, I feel good about it. And I can't speak for every single person, but that's kind of how I attack it.
I don't think the topic of wide receiver alignment has been discussed as much as it has this week ever. I guess what are your thoughts on watching that call? Is that how much you think about that, or what kind of process you this line up for?
I mean, it's pretty simple. It's if you line up, if you talk to the ref in most cases. I mean, I know this happened last year with Terry in Washington, where he checked with the ref and it looked like he gave him the okay and then threw the flag on him. So most cases, I say 99.9% of the time, if you check with the ref, or if you're a little bit behind the line, anytime you're in front of the ball, it's going to be tough. I feel for them because it sucks to have a play that's, as cool as that was and probably pretty difficult to execute, and then they went out there and did it perfectly. But I guess I'm sure it's tough for both sides in that situation. So I just try to get with the ref, make sure I'm legal.
Have you ever had one called on you?
Being in front of the ball? No, I've been off the ball before, or too far off the ball, but never in front of it though.
Do they give you any kind of a warning? Something that was talked about too, like
they do. Typically, they come over and say things. I mean, I think that's kind of it's up to the ref's discretion and who they respect enough to give a warning to first, be it the team or the player. But I've like I said, I like to talk to them, make sure I get a thumbs up or a head nod or something like that. That way it's on tape at a bare minimum, so they'll get held accountable if it's not right.
Do you watch the film from Sunday, or do you kind of just move on right away to the next game?
No, I watch all the film. I don't, if it's a game like that, I'm not watching it right after the game. I try to enjoy my night as much as possible, but it's tough to not because you want to see exactly what happened. But when you're in that type of mood after the game, which I'm sure you'd understand how we feel after one like that, and I mean it's embarrassing too. Not that that's the main thing that drives it, but it's you walk off that field and you got a lot of fans that came to pay their money to come and see you play, and you go up and put up a goose egg, and I mean it almost looks worse that they only scored 3 too. Sometimes you've seen plenty of teams win 20, 22-0, whatever, but when the other team wins by 3 and they only scored 3, it just looks horrible. So hopefully we don't make any more history like that on this side.
How long did it take to get over it, or are you still not over it?
I'm moving past it. I'm not over it, but I'm past it for sure.
When you watch that film, will you talk about with Aidan and kind of see something that you guys may have missed, or what's the rapport with Aidan about those kind of games?
Yeah, we communicate. I mean, Aidan's he's a pro. He understands that he doesn't know everything, and that I don't know everything. None of us do, but the more we can work together and try to help each other out, and obviously I have a lot more experience than what he does, so I try to shed as much light as I can without becoming a QB coach, and just talk him through his process, and talk him through what I was thinking on certain things, just so we can try to figure it out. Tough part is that the league doesn't really, they're not going to go and throw us exactly what happened and give us another opportunity, or the Vikings even if we go to the sideline. So the name of the game is execute when you have the opportunity. But it is what it is. Got a new week now.
That's good.
Cool.